Hello and welcome to Somerville Highlanders Softball on Somerville Ed TV. I'm Todd Harmon, and today from Trum Field we have the Revere Patriots coming in to face off against the Highlanders. Revere comes in with a 2-5 record on the young season. Somerville with a 1-5 record. Both have victories against Chelsea on their records as Revere is starting off at the plate. Nikki Grove on the mound for the Highlanders as she will begin facing off against Brianna Miranda, the center fielder for the Patriots, followed by Noriega and Qualtieri. That one's fouled back into the screen by Miranda for strike one. First opportunity here in the spring sports to cover some softball. It's the Highlanders back here at Trum Field. Grove looks in for the signal. That one's up high for ball one. Good velocity there by Grover. That one's just a bit outside by Grover. Ball two. 2 balls, 1 strike is the count. Grover, a junior for the Highlanders. So that one's inside for ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike is your count. Just underway here at Trum Field as the Highlanders taking on the Patriots of Revere. Three-one delivery is swung on, strike 2. Count is full. Both the Patriots and the Highlanders with 5 losses on the young season. As that one is up high for ball 4. So Miranda on at first with the walk. Brings up Astrid Noriega, the left fielder for the Patriots. That one's in there for called strike 1 to Noriega. Highlanders started off the season with a 9-1 victory over Chelsea, but since then they have been on a 5-game losing streak, coming in after a 6-1 loss against Saugus last week. As that one's up high for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the count to Noriega. Brianna Miranda stands at first. She walked to lead off the game. So that one's up high. Throw down to first. Miranda gets back in time. 2 balls, 1 strike. Now the count to Noriega. Isabella Qualtieri on deck for the Patriots. She's the Patriots pitcher today. As that one's up high by Grover. Steal attempt there. And Miranda is in with the stolen base. Highlander shortstop Kaylee McQueenie unable to handle that throw. Popped out of her glove there. Pitch was a ball, and that will be ball 4. So 2 walks to lead off the game by Nikki Grover on the mound for the Highlanders today. Runners on first and second, nobody out, just underway here at Trum Field. As Isabella Qualtieri steps in, she grounds it to short. That one's fielded there by McSweeney. She fires it over to third and gets the force out there. So in the fielder's choice, Qualtieri is at first. Noriega advanced to second. 1 away here is Leah Doucette. Steps into the batter's box, first baseman for the Patriots. That one swung on, fouled back into the screen by Doucette. One away now, top half of the first inning, as Grover takes a little bit off of that one for strike 2. Nice pitch there. Doucette had a difficult time catching up to that fastball, and then she took a little bit off it there for strike two. 0-2 delivery here, up high for ball one. 1 ball, 2 strikes now the count to Doucette. That's swung on and missed by Doucette. Strikeout there for Nikki Grover, her first of the game. That brings up Luisa Santos, third baseman for the Patriots. Patriots have runners on first and second. 2 away now. As Grover trying to pitch around, 2 walks to start the game. Fielded by McSweeney, and she sends it across and gets him out as McSweeney makes the play on the 6-3 putout. That'll do it for the Patriots in the top half of the first. We are back for the bottom half of the first inning as the Highlanders will have the top of their lineup. As Nikki Grover leads off, the pitcher for the Highlanders, Nora Donovan, batting second, and Ava Hardy, the catcher for the Highlanders, will bat third. Grover worked around 2 walks that she gave up to open out the game to keep Revere off the scoreboard in the top half of the first, as the first offering from Isabella Qualtieri gets in there for a called strike. That one is a bunt, nicely bunted there by Grover. She's going to look to leg it out, but just barely by a half step. Qualtieri is able to get it over to first for the out. That'll bring up Nora Donovan, center fielder for the Highlanders. Highlanders working the walk-up music over there. That one is popped foul, out of play here on the third base side. No balls, 1 strike, the count to Nora Donovan. Donovan, a sophomore for the Highlanders, very young Highlander squad. Only 1 senior on the squad, and that is Ava Hardy. She is in the on-deck circle. So that one's a ball low to Donovan. Kayla McWeeny, the shortstop for the Highlanders, who had 2 putouts there in the top half of the first. She is a freshman. So that one is down low, ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike now, the count to Donovan. 1 away here, bottom half of the first, no score. So the Highlanders were able to leave 2 Patriots stranded. Qualtieri took a little bit off that one for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes now, the count to Donovan. That one's up high, ball 3. Count fills up, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Qualtieri delivers it, that's up high, but swung on for strike 3 as Donovan went fishing, came up empty. That's 2 away here in bottom half of the first. That'll bring up Ava Hardy, the lone senior on the squad for the Highlanders, also the catcher. That one's low for ball 1. That's a ground ball towards shortstop, fielded there by Riley Strachia. She fires it across the diamond and gets her by a half step. So on the 6-3 putout, that will do it for the Highlanders in the bottom of the first. We move to the top half of the second. We are back for the top half of the second inning. As the Patriots will bat, they will be sending their numbers 6, 7, and 8 batters. Allie Strachia, Jordan Martelli, and Riley Strachia to the plate. Allie will lead off here, second baseman for the Patriots, facing off against Nikki Grover. That's fouled off the bunt attempt for strike 1. Grover worked around 2 leadoff walks in the first inning. Stranding 2 Patriots on the base paths as this one's shot to shortstop, fired across the diamond. And McQueenie gets her 3rd put out of the game. Brings up Jordan Martelli, designated player for the Patriots today. That one's low for ball 1. Patriots also a very young team as well, as they only have 2 seniors on their squad. Lillian Calderon, their catcher, as that one's fouled back into the screen. Strike 1, 1 ball, 1 strike, now the count. And Astrid Noriega, the other senior on the Patriots. So 2 young teams facing off against each other, very similar seasons thus far. The 1-1 delivery, the ground ball back to Grover. She knocks it down, trying to get to first base, underhanded toss, not in time. As Martelli gets on. Kind of a swinging bunt there that worked out for her. So a runner is on first, 1 away here, bottom half of the 2nd inning, and Riley Strachia, the shortstop, steps up to the plate for the Patriots. That one's in there for a called strike 1. Riley and Allie Strachia, both sophomores, twins. So that one's low for ball 1. They make up the middle infield for the Patriots. So Riley plays shortstop at bat right now. Allie plays second base. So that one's inside for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike, the count. 1 away here, bottom half of the 2nd inning. Jordan Martelli got the first hit of the game. A little nubber. She was able to leg it out to first. She stands there now as that one's up high for ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike, now the count to Riley Strachia. As Grover fighting with her control a little bit. Grover, a junior, out on the mound. Head coach Megan O'Donnell coaching at 3rd base for the Patriots. A little coaching there for Strachia. 3-1 delivery, swung on and missed, strike 2. Count fills up, 3 balls, 2 strikes, now the count to Strachia. Revere, as I said, a very similar young squad, swung on strike 3, looking to steal second is Martelli, and she is in with the stolen base, but a swinging strike there on Strachia is the 2nd out of the inning. That will bring up Ariana Greenman, the right fielder for the Patriots. Martelli now at second after the stolen base on the strikeout. Revere with 2 wins on the season. They have a win against Chelsea, just as Somerville has, as that one catches the inside corner for a called strike. They also have a win against Weston, as they lost to Weston at Revere, but were able to beat Weston just last week. So that one's fouled back into the screen. Strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Now the count. 2 away. Bottom half of the 2nd inning. No score. Jordan Martelli stands at second base for the Patriots as Nikki Grover tries to strand her there. That's swung on and missed by Greenman. Second strikeout of the inning for Grover, and that'll do it as we move to the bottom half of the 2nd inning. Highlanders tied with the Patriots. We are back for the bottom half of the 2nd inning as the Highlanders will bring to the plate numbers 4, 5, and 6 in the batting order. Jordan Ardolino leading off, Sammy Coco and Kaylee McQueenie. Jordan Ardolino stepping in. She's the first baseman for the Highlanders. So that's a chopper tipped by the pitcher, I should say, but Strachia there at second. Allie is able to fire over to first and get the out. Goes down as a 1-4-3 put out. That'll bring up Sammy Coco. Coco, the 3rd baseman for the Highlanders. Tie ball game here, bottom half of the 2nd inning. 1 away. That's a line shot down the right field line, but it goes foul. A loud strike there for Sammy Coco. Highlanders attacking the first pitch here, leading off the bottom of the second against Isabella Qualtieri. Qualtieri got the Highlanders down 1-2-3 in the first with a strikeout. Swung on and fouled back by Coco. No balls, 2 strikes, now the count to Sammy. Oh-2 delivery is a grounder, soft one to third, fielded over here, fired across the diamond. And Luisa Santos with the putout. That'll bring up Kaylee McQueenie. McQueenie, the freshman on the Highlanders squad, playing the shortstop position. That's in there for a called strike. No balls, 1 strike. Now the count to McQueenie. 2 away here, bottom half of the second. No score in this game. Swung on and missed by McQueenie. She was out ahead of that one. That one's down low in the dirt. Ball 1, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now the count to McQueenie. Highlanders started out the season with a victory over Chelsea. A 9-1 victory over Chelsea. They'll be playing Chelsea again next week here at Trum Field. That one's up high for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now the count to McQueenie. Unfortunately, the Highlanders, after that opening game victory, have lost 5 in a row, losing to Medford, Lynn English, Wakefield, Everett, and Saugus. Looking to get back on the winning track here. So that one's up high. Good eye there by McQueenie. As she held back, she's started out 0-2, now has brought this to a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, now to McQueenie. 2 away, bottom half of the second. No score in this game. Delivery by Qualtieri is up high, and she lost her. First Highlander on the base paths is McQueenie, and that will bring up Aliana Tejada. Tejada, the left fielder for the Highlanders. 2 away here. Qualtieri's delivery is in there for a called strike. Swung on, grounded to third. Straccia will toss it to her twin. And on the twin toss, the Highlanders are out of the inning. We move to the top half of the third, 0-0. We are back for the top half of the third inning as the Patriots will bring the top portion of their lineup up, numbers 1, 2, and 3, to face off against Nikki Grover. As Brianna Miranda will lead off, followed by Astrid Noriega and Isabella Qualtieri. Miranda walked to lead off the game, stole second, and was left stranded at second base in the first inning. No score here between the Patriots and the Highlanders. Great pitch there by Grover, in for a called strike. Grover struggled a bit with her control as she walked the first two batters of the game, but has settled down since then, striking out 3 in her 2 innings of work so far. So that one's up high for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count to Miranda. Down low for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike, the count. Good delivery there by Grover, gets it right by her. 2 balls, 2 strikes, now the count to Brianna Miranda. Two deliveries Pop down the first base side. That will be foul. No score here. Top half of the third inning. It's a cool, windy day here at Trum Field. The wind is blowing in from left field. 2-2 delivery just outside. Runs the count full to Miranda. 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out here. Bottom of the third, no score in this game between the Patriots and the Highlanders. There's Grover's delivery, and that's a call. Strike 3. Grover able to catch that corner that time. Ringing up her 4th strikeout of the game. That will bring up Astrid Noriega. Noriega, one of the 2 seniors on this Patriots squad. 1 away here. So that one's tipped back into the screen for strike 1. Noriega also walked in the first inning. She was left stranded at first base. Oh, 1 delivery. Took a little bit off that one. Swinging strike 2. Grover has settled down very nicely after those 2 walks to lead off the game. She did allow a number of a base hit to Martelli, kind of a swinging bunt. But that's about all the damage or chances the Patriots have had, as that one's inside and low for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes now the count to Noriega. One-two delivery. Took a little bit off. Nice job that time by Noriega. She slowed her swing down, was just able to tap it foul. So we will do 1-2 delivery again here. That one's just missed. A little bit high, could have been outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, now the count. Grover, I think, wanted that one. I wanted her to get that one, to be honest with you. It looked like a good pitch. That one swung on, grounded towards shirt. McQueenie sends it across, and the 6-3 put out once again for the Highlanders. Gets the second out of the inning. That'll bring up Isabella Qualtieri, Patriots pitcher today. She grounded into a fielder's choice to short back in the first inning. That one's fouled off the batter for strike 1. Grover looking for her first 1-2-3 inning of the game here in the top half of the third. No score between the Patriots and the Highlanders. 2 away, and the 0-1 delivery from Grover up high for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, now the count to Qualtieri. That swung on and missed. It's Grover with the speed right by Qualtieri. 2 away, 1 ball, 2 strikes is the count to the Patriots pitcher. Takes a little bit off there. Don't know where that one missed, but it may have been up high or outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, now the count. Twos are wild, 2 outs, and the 2-2 delivery. That is swung on, fouled over the screen. We will reload for the 2-2. Grover looking very nice out there. 4 strikeouts in her 2 2/3 innings so far. That one's up high for ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes. She goes full again. This is her 4th full count. That one's hit high in the air, settling underneath it and making the play out in center field is Nora Donovan, and that will do it. 1, 2, 3 go the Patriots here in the top of the 3rd. We move to the bottom half of the 3rd inning, tied at 0. We are back for the bottom half of the 3rd inning here at Trum Field as the Highlanders have coming to the plate numbers 8, 9, and 1 in their batting lineup. Kaylin French, Emma Benevento, and Nikki Grover. As Kaylin French checks in, steps into that batter's box to face off against Isabella Qualtieri. And Qualtieri's first offering up high for ball 1. Kaylin French, second baseman for the Highlanders. That one's going to be outside. Ball 2. Qualtieri has been good on the mound for the Patriots. She has only allowed 1 Highlander to reach base, and that was on a base on balls last inning. That is low for ball 3. She goes down 3-0. To Kaylin French right off the bat here in the bottom of the 3rd. No score between the Patriots and the Highlanders. Qualtieri's delivery gets in there for a called strike. French taking all the way. 3 balls, 1 strike. Now the count to Kaylin French. French, the youngest player on the Highlander squad. On a very young squad. And that's up high for ball 3, second walk of the game, given up by Qualtieri. That'll bring up Emma Benevento, the right fielder for the Highlanders. Highlanders get their second base runner of the game in French at first base. That one's up high for ball 1. Don't forget, coming up in 2 weeks on Monday, May 9th, it is a double-header of Highlander spring sports action, as both the baseball team and the softball team will be in action at Tufts University, facing off against Medford. The baseball team will play Medford at 4 p.m. Softball team will play at 7 p.m. Both of those games will be at Tufts, at the Tufts Classic versus Medford in 2 weeks, May 9th. So that one's up high, back to the screen. French will take second base. And Benevento well ahead now at the plate. So I was given that promo. 2 balls came in, so 3 balls, no strikes. Now the count to Emma Benevento. The Highlanders have the go-ahead run at second as Kaylin French stands there. That one's low for ball 4. Second base on balls given up this inning, 3rd of the game by Qualtieri. That will turn over the lineup. Nikki Grover, Highlander pitcher, looking to help her cause out here. 2 runners on base, nobody out. That one's in there for a called strike. Qualtieri fighting with her control. Walked the first 2 Highlanders she faced. The numbers 8 and 9 hitters in the Highlander lineup turn the lineup over with runners on base now, as that one's fouled off to the first base side. Bounced off a windshield. No balls, 2 strikes. Now the count to Nikki Grover. That one's going to be up high. As Calderon, the catcher, runs out from behind home plate, looking the runners back. Highlanders have Kaylin French at second, Emma Benevento at first. 1 ball, 2 strikes is the count to Nikki Grover, the leadoff hitter. Nobody out here, as that one's up high, popped up. Calderon going back for it, but it's going to bounce off the screen. Count remains 1-2. Highlanders looking to get the first run of this game. Scoreless game here in the bottom of the third, but the Highlanders looking to strike first as the Highlander pitcher, Nikki Grover, looking to help her cause. So that one's in the ground, bounces over the head of Calderon, back to the backstop, and both runners will advance. So the Highlanders have the go-ahead run on third with nobody out here. The bottom half of the third inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes is the count. As Kaylin French stands at third, Benevento at second now. That's a line shot off the glove, firing across, but not going to be in time, but that will keep the runners at second and third. The bases will be loaded as Luisa Santos could not handle that hot shot. Bounced right out of her glove. That will bring up Nora Donovan with the bases juiced, filled with Highlanders. Nobody out here, and Donovan lines that over here towards third. Highlander head coach Paul French unable to make the play on that one. We're going to have to give an E to the third base coach. Bases loaded here. Highlanders looking to strike first in the bottom of the third. Swung on and missed by Donovan. No balls, 2 strikes. Now the count to Nora Donovan. Ava Hardy, Highlanders' lone senior, waits on deck. Bases are filled with Highlanders. Nobody out here. So that one's low for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now the count to Nora Donovan. Qualtieri walked the first two Highlanders she saw here in the bottom half of the third. Then a line shot unable to be handled by the third baseman Santos. And that's our bases loaded situation here as the count evens up. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Nora Donovan, the center fielder for the Highlanders. One of the better hitters in the Highlander lineup. Somebody really won up here with the bases filled with Highlanders. And that's a fly ball, drifting back. And Strachia, the shortstop, that'd be Riley, makes the play. So the pop out to the shortstop is the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Ava Hardy with the bases still full. 1 away now. As Isabella Qualtieri, the Patriot pitcher, looking to pitch her way out of this one. That one's up high for ball 1. Highlanders have done this without a hit, or at least according to my score sheet, without a hit. I don't know if that was a hit granted to Nikki Grover on the line shot that Santos did not handle. That one's up high for ball 2. No balls, 2 strikes, the count now to Ava Hardy. Tie ball game 0-0. Highlanders have the bases full with 1 away. That's up high again by Qualtieri. So now 3 balls, no strikes, the count to Hardy. Nowhere to put Hardy. As that is in there for a called strike. Hardy taking all the way. 3 balls, 1 strike. Now the count to Ava Hardy, the Highlander catcher. 1 away here, bottom of the third. Highlanders looking to score with the bases loaded. That's a fly ball out into center field. Drifting back, unable to make the play though, is Astrid Noriega. 1 Highlander is in, 2 Highlanders are in, and they are sending Grover, and she's in for the 3rd Highlander run. Bases clearing, double for Ava Hardy. As she hits that one into center field, Noriega unable to handle it. And the Highlanders take the 3-0 lead. That will bring up Jordan Ardolino with a runner on second. Now the Highlanders 3-0 is the lead. Ardolino swings and misses at a high pitch for strike 1. 1 away here, bottom of the third, as Ava Hardy cleared the bases with a 3 RBI double as Ardolino hits that one to short. Strachey couldn't handle that one. Ardolino will be into first base with the single. Moving to third is Ava Hardy, and the Highlander inning continues. Hot shot there by Ardolino. That's going to bring up Sammy Coco. So Highlanders have runners on the corner, one away here, bottom of the third. Highlanders already have 3 runs in, so they've taken the 3-0 lead. That's a hot shot right back up the middle, handled by Straccia. She fires it over to second, but the run will come in to score as they are not able to complete the double play. So the Highlanders get Hardy across the plate on the fielder's choice by Coco. That's going to bring up Kaylee McQueenie. She began this inning. Or I'm sorry, she walked. She was the first Highlander on base last inning. And she was able to get on base via the walk, but was stranded at first. Highlanders now have a runner on first with 2 away as McQueenie fouls that one off to the third base side. That one's up high for the ball. Runner at first is Sammy Coco. She got an RBI on a fielder's choice for the 4th Highlander run of this inning as McQueenie sends that to short. Stracca will toss it over to her sister Allie, and that will do it for the Highlanders, but not before they get 4 across and take the 4-0 lead as we move to the top of the 4th. We are back for the top half of the 4th inning as the Highlanders got 4 runs in the bottom of the 3rd to take the 4-0 lead. Nikki Grover, one of those 4 runs. She came across to score. She is now on the mound for the Highlanders, looking to add on to what she's doing out there. So her first offering to Leah Doucette is in there for swinging strike 1. She will face off against Doucette, number 4 in the lineup, Santos, number 5, and Ali Straccia, number 6 in the Patriot order. As that's a hot shot towards second, fielded ably there and fired over to first by Kaylin French. That is the first out of the inning for the Highlanders. That will bring up Luisa Santos. Santos grounded to short back in the first inning. She is 0 for 1 on the day. That's in there for a called strike. Nice pitch there by Grover. Grover looking very nice on the mound for the Highlanders. Struggled with her control early, allowing 2 walks to the first 2 batters she saw. Since then, she has allowed 1 nubber of a hit, and that is all. She takes a little bit off there for strike 2. Through 3 innings of work, she has 4 strikeouts. And she has now been staked to a 4-0 lead as that one's inside for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now the count to Santos. That swung on and missed for strike 3. That's the second out of the inning for the Highlanders, looking for their second straight 1-2-3 inning. Ali Straccia, the second baseman, stepping in to try to prevent that. She grounded out to shortstop to lead off the second. 0 for 1 on the day is Ali. That one is up high for ball 1 from Grover. Grover pitched around those 2 walks to lead off the first inning. Allowed Jordan Martelli a soft little nubber of a hit, and that's pretty much all the damage the Patriots have been able to do against Grover. She just keeps getting stronger as the game goes on. You can see the velocity right there on the rise pitch to even up the count. 1 ball, 1 strike to Straccia. So that one's up high for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Now the count. Highlanders leading 4-0. They got 4 runs in the bottom of the 3rd. So we are now in the top half of the 4th, 2 away against the Patriots as that one's down low for ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. Now the count to Ava Strachia. It's a grounder towards first. Gets past the first baseman out into right field where Emma Benevento will handle it, and that is the second hit of the day for the Patriots. Strachia gets that out into right field for the single. That'll bring up Jordan Martelli. Martelli had the other hit for the Patriots as she hit a little nubber back to Grover back in the second inning. She was stranded at second after stealing second. She squares around to bunt that time, bunts it foul. Patriots trying to do what they can to move runners, get some action on the base paths against Nikki Grover. She has been very effective for the Highlanders through 3 2/3. That is a called strike. Throw down to second, and they got her as Strachia is caught stealing. That will do it for the Patriots in the top half of the fourth. We will move to the bottom of the fourth with the Highlanders leading 4-0. We are back for the bottom half of the fourth inning. Highlanders leading 4-0 as they will have their numbers 7, 8, 9 hitters. Aliana Tejada, Kaylin French, and Emma Benevento coming to the plate, facing off against Isabella Qualtieri. Qualtieri's first delivery is grounded towards second. Strachia takes it there, fires it over to first. And that is the first out of the inning. Ava Strachia getting the put out there. That'll bring up Kaylin French. Kaylin began the 4-run third for the Highlanders with a walk leading off that inning. The Highlanders were able to get 4 across in the bottom of the third, taking this 4-0 lead. That is ball 1. Outside to Kaylin French. Qualtieri on the mound for the Patriots. Struggled with her control. The Highlanders made her pay last inning, getting 4 runs. So that is ball 2 to French. 2 balls, no strikes. Now the count 1 away here. Bottom of the fourth. Highlanders leading 4-0. Looking to secure their second win of the season. So that one's in there for a called strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. Now the count to French. That one's going to be up high for ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. Now the count to Kaylin French. (3-1) delivery from Qualtieri is low for ball 4. Second walk of the game for Kaylin French. The Highlanders have a runner on first yet again. 1 away here in the bottom of the fourth. Emma Benevento to the plate. Benevento also walked in the bottom of the third. Came around to score on the 3-run double by Ava Hardy. So Highlanders took that 4-0 lead last inning. This one's in there for a called strike to Emma Benevento. Kaylin French at first for the Highlanders. She got her second walk of the game. That's a bunt by Benevento, and a beautiful bunt as it deadens right in front of home plate. And she is safe at first. Running to second, or third I should say, is French, and she is in. Very headsy running there by Kaylin French. She took advantage of the throw over to first base, a slow reaction by the first baseman, Doucette. And she doesn't get it across the diamond in time, and now the Highlanders have something cooking here with runners on first and third as Benevento bunted for the base hit. That brings up Nikki Grover. Grover lined to Santos in the third. Santos was not able to handle the hot shot as Benevento will steal second. So the Highlanders now runners on second and third. A 4-0 lead for the Highlanders, looking to add on to it here with 1 away in the bottom of the fourth. Pitch to Grover as that's a line shot into left field. And it is fielded out there, but that will score the run on the RBI line drive by Grover. That is a 5-0 lead now for the Highlanders as French came around to score. Benevento moved to third on the base knock. That brings up Nora Donovan. Donovan popped out to shortstop with the bases loaded last inning as that's in for a called strike. No throw down to second base. So the Highlanders will maintain runners on second and third now. One away, bottom of the fourth. Highlanders leading 5-0. Knocking on the door with runners in scoring position for Nora Donovan. Donovan squares around a bunt, pops it up, but unable to be handled by Calderon behind the plate. It will go as a strike. Highlanders looking for their first win of the year. They lead 5-0 here and are knocking on the door with runners on second and third. Gualtieri's delivery is inside for a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. Now the count to Nora Donovan. Out ahead of that one was Donovan. And that is strike 3. I'm sorry, it was actually a 1-2 count to Donovan. So that is the second out of the inning. Brings up Ava Hardy. Hardy with the 3 RBI triple last inning. She is 1 for 2 on the day. Has another RBI opportunity here with runners on second and third. As that is in there for a called strike. Ball got away from Calderon, but nobody advanced. Hardy hit that ball into center field. Was able to bring home all 3 Highlanders that were on base last inning. She has runners on second and third with 2 outs now. She swings and misses. That one's back into the backstop. And they will take home plate as they're safe at home is Emma Benevento with the 6th run for the Highlanders today. Nikki Grover advancing to third as the ball got past Calderon once again. Highlanders able to tack on to the lead, 6-0 now. Ava Hardy would like to get another RBI this game. She has 3 already with a bases clearing double. That's a hot shot handled by Strachia. She fires it across the diamond, and that will do it for the Highlanders here in the bottom of the fourth, but not before they put 2 runs across to make it a 6-0 Highlander lead as we move to the 5th. Here for the top half of the 5th inning, as the Highlanders lead 6-0. Jordan Martelli at the plate for the Patriots. That's a ground ball handled at third base. Fired across the diamond for the first out of the inning. Nice play there by Sammy Coco. She gets the put out of Martelli. Brings up Riley Strachia. Strachia 0 for 1, struck out back in the second. That's a little bit high for ball 1. 1-0 the count. 1 away here. Top half of the 5th inning. Highlanders leading 6-0 over the Patriots of Revere. Nikki Grover has been excellent on the mound. You see it right there. Fires it right past Strachia. She's changing speeds. Struggled a bit with her command at the very beginning, walking the first 2 batters of the game, but since then has been absolutely phenomenal. That was a ball down low. 2 balls, 1 strike, now the count. Grover only allowing 2 hits so far this game as that has swung on and missed. Strike 2, 2 balls, 2 strikes. She also has 5 strikeouts in her 4 1/3 innings so far. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Second strikeout of the game for Strachia. She goes back to the bench. That'll bring up Ariana Greenman. Greenman also the victim of a strikeout back in the 2nd inning. There's a ball. 2 away here. Top half of the 5th. Highlanders leading 6-0, looking to secure their 2nd victory of the year. Move their record to 2-5 on the young season. Down low for ball 2. Highlanders, of course, have another great opportunity for a victory next week. They play Chelsea here at Trum Field. Another upcoming game, by the way, in 2 weeks on May 9th, as that one's in there for a called strike. 2 balls, 1 strike, now the count to Greenman. On May 9th, we'll have a doubleheader of Highlander action over at Tufts University, as at the Tufts Classic. The Highlanders will face off against Medford in both softball and baseball. Baseball game at 4 p.m. Highlanders looking to sweep Medford as they have an 11-3 victory from earlier in the year in baseball against Medford. Softball looking to avenge a 14-3 loss. They will be playing at 7 p.m. on the 9th. As that one's in there for a called strike. Count runs full now to Ariana Greenman. Highlanders leading this one 6-0. As that is swung on, no, she held back. She thinks she went around. The umpire does not agree with her apparently, and she will now take her walk. Will Ariana Greenman. So that will bring up Brianna Miranda. Miranda 0 for 1 on the day, walked and stole a base, was stranded in the 1st, struck out looking in the 3rd. One of Grover's 6 strikeouts so far this game, as that one's up high and outside for ball 1 to Miranda. Ariana Greenman at first as she walked. 3rd walk of the day given up by Grover. First one since the 1st inning though. That's fouled back for strike 1. 2 away here, top half of the 5th inning. Highlanders leading 6-0 over the Patriots of Revere. And Nikki Grover looking excellent on the mound for the Highlanders. That one's popped up towards 3rd, handled very, very easily there at 3rd base by Sammy Coco, and that will do it on the pop out there. That's a 3rd out. Highlanders leading this one 6-0 as we go to the bottom of the 5th. We are back for the bottom half of the 5th inning. The Highlanders will have coming to bat numbers 4, 5, and 6. Jordan Ardolino, Sammy Coco, and Kaylee McQueenie. As Ardolino will step in. Ardolino 0 for 2. Or 0 for 1, I should say, on the day, as she got on by virtue of a fielder's choice and was left stranded in the 3rd. As that was in there for a called strike from Isabella Qualtieri, still on the mound for Revere, as Highlanders lead this one 6-0 here. The bottom of the 5th, that one's up high for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, now the count to Ardolino. Ardolino a little bit in front of that one. Looks like Qualtieri took a bit off of it. 1 ball, 2 strikes, now the count. That one's up high for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count to Ardolino. Highlanders leading this one 6-0. They were held down the first 2 innings, got 4 runs in the 3rd, and 2 more runs tacked on in the 4th. That's a hot shot right between 3rd and short into left field. Stinging single there for Ardolino as she leads off the bottom of the 5th with a single. Brings up Sammy Coco. Coco has an RBI from a fielder's choice back in the 3rd inning. Coco 0 for 2 on the day, but does have that RBI as that's popped up here to the near side, but not able to get it as Calderon goes for a strike. No balls, one strike, the count to Coco. Ardolino on at first with her first base hit of the day. Highlanders leading 6-0 here. Bottom half of the fifth inning, nobody out. So that one is low for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count to Coco. Up high, she went fishing for it, came up empty for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, now the count. Kaylee McWeeny waits on deck. That one's also high. Did not offer at that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes, now the count to Coco. Highlanders lead 6-0 here in the bottom of the fifth. Would like to tack onto it as Ardolino led off with a single. She stands at first. It's a hot shot by Coco towards second. Straccia didn't get the glove down in time, and it went right between the center and right fielders. As Coco will come around second, she's digging for third. Ardolino scores, and that is an RBI. We're going to call it a double for Sammy Coco. 7-0 is your Highlander lead. As Kaylee McWeeny comes up, Coco stands at third, looking to add on with nobody out here in the bottom of the fifth. That one's low from Qualtieri. That one's popped up, third base side, bounces fair and then spins foul for strike 1. McWeeny 0 for 1 on the day. She walked back in the second and was out at second on a fielder's choice then, and then grounded out to short to end the third. That's down low. Ball 2 to McWeeny. 2 balls, 1 strike, now the count. Highlanders leading this one 7-0. So they got 4 back in the third, 2 in the fourth, and they've gotten 1 across here in the fifth. Nobody is out. And a runner, Sammy Coco, is at third. That one's up high for ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike, now the count to Kaylee McWeeny. That is going to be ball 4. As Qualtieri beginning to really struggle with her control out there. And they're going to go to second, and she's out. Then Coco comes in, and I believe she scored. So on the walk, then McWeeny tried to take second. I'm going to say Coco came in to score. 2 away here, and Tejada at the plate. Aliana Tejada now at the plate. Highlanders leading 8-0. Tejada 0 for 2 on the day. Grounded into a fielder's choice in the second. Grounded to second, back in the fourth. Highlanders now with 2 runs across. Nobody on base here in the fifth. That was popped foul by Tejada. Doucette, the first baseman, unable to get to it for the Patriots. Highlanders leading this one 8-0. That's a good hit by Tejada, just beyond the outstretched glove of Straccia at second. And Tejada is on with her first base knock of the day. Tejada not trying to go off first. McWeeny was caught trying to take second base on a poor throw after walking. It's going to bring up Kaylin French. French does not have an at-bat today, although she's been on base and scored 2 runs. She's walked twice. We're going to have a pinch runner over at first. Checking into the game is going to be Madison French. So Maddie French over at first base now will run. in place of Tejada. Kaylin French at the plate. Isabella Qualtieri still on the mound for the Patriots. She has given up all 8 runs. There comes Kaylin French. That is up high for ball 1. Kaylin French coming into this at bat has seen 10 pitches, 8 of which have been balls. That one's ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes, the count to French. That is a called strike. As Qualtieri able to get that one in there. 2 balls, 1 strike, the count to French. 2 away here. Bottom of the 5th. I'm sorry, 1 away here, bottom of the 5th. And that is a hit by French as it falls in right in front of the center fielder. Good single there by Kaylin French. That'll bring up Emma Benevento, as Benevento has scored 2 runs today as well. She had a single back in the 4th, walked in the 3rd. Lots of action here for the Highlanders in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th innings. She squared around to bunt. Pitch was in for a called strike, but stealing 3rd is Maddie French, and Kaylin French will steal 2nd. So the double steal for the Highlanders gets the runners on 2nd and 3rd. With 1 away here, bottom of the 5th, Highlanders leading 8-0, looking to add on is Emma Benevento at the plate. Benevento with a beautiful bunt there, and she will leg it out. Throw home is safe as well as Maddie French slides in underneath that tag. So Benevento gets her 2nd bunt hit. As she legs out another one. She had a perfect bunt in the 4th for her single as well. She gets an RBI on that play also. And Kaylin French and Benevento both moved up on the throw home. So we flip it over. Nikki Grover back at the plate now for the Highlanders with runners on 2nd and 3rd, 1 away in the bottom of the 5th. Highlanders leading 9-0 now. Grover, Highlander pitcher, 1 for 3 on the day, or actually 2 for 3 on the day. So that's a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike now the count. Grover got an RBI back in the 4th inning as well, as that one's back against the screen, but it bounces back towards Calderon. She's able to field it there. Pitch was a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. Now the count to Nikki Grover. Grover has been excellent on the mound for the Highlanders and looking to help her cause. She pops this one up, goes up high to get that ball. It will land foul for the 2nd strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now the count to Grover. 1 away, bottom of the 5th. Highlanders leading 9-0. And runners on 2nd and 3rd and want to add on to that total. That one's up high. For ball 3, count goes full against Nikki Grover. They've got first base open for Grover if need be. Donovan in the on-deck circle. She will get that opportunity as that is a base on balls to Grover. Donovan struggling at the plate, 0 for 3 on the day. 2 strikeouts. She popped out to short with the bases loaded back in the 3rd. And she struck out in an RBI opportunity in the 4th. Another good opportunity here for Nora Donovan. And she has the bases loaded once again. 2nd opportunity with the bases loaded for Nora. She'd love to cash this one in, I'm sure. Pitch is up high. That's in there for a called strike. That's in there, catches the inside corner for a called strike. 2 strikes, 2 balls, 2 strikes, now the count. 1 away, bases are filled with Highlanders. Bottom of the 5th, they already lead 9-0, looking to add on. So that one's up high. We got a full count once again. Squaltieri fighting with her control out there. Nowhere to put Donovan. 3-2 delivery, hot shot over here towards third. Head coach Paul French bobbled it slightly, but it made a better play on it than he did earlier, so I'm not going to give him the E on that one. We're going to reload, do it again. Bases filled with Highlanders, a 3-2 offering to Donovan. Swung on and missed. 3rd strikeout of the game for Donovan. 2nd with the bases loaded. And that will bring up Ava Hardy. Hardy had an opportunity with the bases loaded in the 3rd and brought home 3 Highlander runs to start the scoring. And she had a 3-run double into center field. 1 for 3 on the day. That's in there for a called strike. 2 away here, bottom half of the 5th inning. Highlanders leading 9-0, have the bases filled with Highlanders, looking to add on to that lead. That's a hot shot past the shortstop into left field. That'll score a run. As Kaylin French comes in to score her 3rd run of the day, everybody moves up a base. Benevento to 3rd, Grover to 2nd, and Hardy with her 4th RBI of the day is on with the single. Brings up Jordan Ardolino. Ardolino started this inning off. As the Highlanders have now batted around, that's ball 1. Highlanders have put 4 runs across here in the bottom half of the 5th, as they now lead 10-0. That pitch is up high for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes, the count to Ardolino. Ardolino began this inning off with a single, a line shot into left center field. She came around to score. On Sammy Coco's RBI double. Nowhere to put her. As Qualtieri gets it in there for the called strike. I have the count at 3-1. And that is the correct count as the umpire helps me out with the fingers there. 3 balls, 1 strike, nowhere to put her. Bases are filled with Highlanders. So that's going to be up high for ball 4. Another RBI. And another Highlander run. So they get their 5th run this inning. Everybody moves up a base. Grover to 3rd. Hardy to 2nd. Ardolino at 1st. Sammy Coco up at the plate. Had a double earlier this inning as that gets past Calderon. Coming home looking to score is Grover. She slides in and she's safe. Another run for the Highlanders as they lead now 12-0. Everybody moves up a bag. Oh, nope. They're going to say that was an out. That was my bad on that. So that is the end of the inning. We're going to move to the top half of the 6th inning. Nope, that will do it. As that mercy rule. As I look up at Bill Trudell, my cameraman, going, hey man, that was the mercy rule, not the end of the game. Or the end of the inning, that was the end of the game. So that will do it. 13-0 is your final as the Highlanders win this by virtue of the mercy rule after 5 innings of work, 5+ I should say. So the Highlanders come away with the 13-0 victory. Nikki Grover, I should say, a tremendous job on the mound for Nikki, as in 5 innings of work, she racked up 6 strikeouts, allowed no runs, only 2 hits. did Miss Grover allow today. So an excellent job on the mound for Nikki Grover. The Highlander offense was led by Ava Hardy as she had 4 RBIs on the day. Highlanders put across a total of 13 runs as they were able to put it away in the bottom half of the 5th with the Mercy Rule victory. That's going to do it for us here from Trum Field. Do not forget, in 2 weeks, Monday, May 9th, it is a doubleheader of Highlander action at the Tufts Classic against Medford. That will be at Tufts University as the baseball team will take on Medford, looking to sweep them on the season at 4 p.m. And then 7 p.m., the softball team will be on the field taking on Medford. A 14-3 loss from earlier this year. That will be Monday, May 9th at Tufts University. Check that one out. It's going to be a great day. We will be there as well with Somerville Ed TV. That's going to do it for us today from Trum Field as the Highlanders move their record to 2-5 on the young season. Thank you very much, Bill Trudell on camera, Joe Constantine also taking close-ups and producing. And that will do it. I'm Todd Harmon. Thank you so much for watching us here on Somerville Ed TV. Please like, share, and subscribe. Get those subscriptions up for us. We really appreciate it here on YouTube. You have been watching Somerville Highlander Softball on Somerville Ed TV.